In the winter of 1921, as Europe healed from war and empires shifted, one small island stood at the center of a nearly impossible question. Could Ireland finally determine its own destiny? For 2 long years, the Irish War of Independence had raged across the countryside. Ambushes, reprisals, and political assassinations had turned villages into battlegrounds. The British Empire, once confident in its strength, now faced a determined Irish Republican army and a population unwilling to surrender. Something had to give. In the elegant rooms of 10 Downing Street, 2 delegations faced each other across polished tables. On one side, Arthur Griffith, Michael Collins, and the Irish negotiators, men carrying the hopes of generations who had dreamed of freedom. On the other, Prime Minister David Lloyd George, and British officials determined to keep the empire intact. The negotiations were tense, emotional, and filled with impossible choices. Every word mattered. Every signature could rewrite history. And behind each delegate was a nation watching, waiting, hoping. After weeks of intense discussion, both sides reached a compromise that would shape the future of Ireland. The Anglo-Irish Treaty, signed on December 6, 1921, would end the Irish War of Independence, establish the Irish Free State, a self-governing dominion similar to Canada, require Irish officials to swear allegiance to the British Crown, allow Northern Ireland to opt out, an option it ultimately took. It was not the independent republic some had dreamed of, but it was more freedom than Ireland had known in centuries. Collins famously described the treaty as the freedom to achieve freedom. He believed it was a necessary stepping stone, a chance to build the nation they had fought so hard for. But not everyone agreed. The treaty split Ireland in 2. Friends, brothers, and comrades in arms suddenly found themselves on opposite sides of a political divide. This disagreement would soon erupt into the Irish Civil War, a conflict that would haunt the country for generations. Yet despite the turmoil that followed, the Anglo-Irish Treaty remains one of the most significant political milestones in Irish history. It brought an end to the bloodshed of the Independence War. It laid the foundation for modern Ireland. And it marked the moment when a centuries-long dream began to take shape in reality. On that December night in 1921, as the ink dried on those fateful pages, the world witnessed a turning point, the birth of a new Ireland.